Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Season 2 of Endzone 2. Last episode we did quite a bit of expanding, but you can also see we've got some toxic rain coming in, which is not great. It's going to impact our settlement here. We are still researching our clay pit, and our settlement did get off to a really nice little start. We've got a lot of work to do though, so I'm immediately going to send my Pathfinder out to continue exploring, and we're going to go up a different side. This time we're going to go the opposite side of our end zone here, where there's actually a factory here of some description, an industrial site that requires a blowtorch and a lockpick. Now actually my Pathfinder should have some items that it can take, mainly a blowtorch and a lockpick, which we picked up from some of our first expeditions. Over at the settlement though, there's not a lot more we can do unless we look at getting a charcoal burner put in place early on. That's going to then allow my weavers to supply a tailor's workshop with charcoal and the other stuff that they need. We do need to have some wood produced here though, so that would give the coal kiln a nice buff, although we can actually put it over here. The issue occurs when we have our tailor's workshop, which requires being next to cloth and coal production, and that's why we can't really do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the tailor's workshop in, we're going to put a coal kiln next to it, we are then going to put in a new wood cutting lodge right here, and their area of work is going to be in and around this space here. So you can see we're starting to eat away at all of the trees that are here, but I am going to put a tree nursery right on the edge here, and they are going to start replenishing the trees over this side. And once we get cleared of that farm there and demolish all of that and turn it into scrap, we will have like a nice little forested entrance here where we can be producing everything that we need, including the fabrics that we're going to need to keep this settlement self-sufficient and producing the all-important activated carbon masks that will prevent soil radioactivity getting completely out of control. So that's the plan. If we head back to our Pathfinder though, which is ready to collect some goods and items to use, we're going to grab the blowtorch, we're going to grab the lockpick, and then we are going to head over to the disused factory over here. And this game requires a lot of kind of micromanagement and stuff. You can see our cistern is full, so I am going to actually build another one because logistically we want to keep filling that stuff up. And I'm going to do the same with the food depot. Now food depot is going to go hopefully right at the top there, so that it is in range of the fishery, very ever so slightly, and we can continue increasing the capacity for our food. It might not seem like a big deal right now, but if we start getting some droughts, that can really pile up and really mess you up. So we are currently going to do an expedition. We're going to see what we've got. There's some containers all around the outskirts here. That's going to be really useful actually. Get in that car. Lots of loot here. This is really good. This is going to give us some nice numbers of items that we can actually use to sustain 50 cloth from that container, which is great. And then a few other bits and pieces here. There's a ladder that we're going to be able to use, more pallets and air conditioners and stuff. We can open that container with the blowtorch, and that gives us some really good stuff actually. A lead vest. We can actually use that now, or what we can do is just put it in and tell our citizens not to make any use of it. So we can hold on to it for a period of time and climb through this air conditioner here, get the pallet, get the crate, and that is 100% complete. We unlocked the botany book as well, which is huge. Now we can start getting seeds and stuff from the outside world. Now we're going to drop everything in here. We actually got some metal tools there, which I think we can use. So we're going to end the expedition. We are going to head home, and I think in our research, we have a look. We can unlock the brickworks very soon once we've got some coal and clay. But for the clay, we are going to need a clay deposit to be mined. Now this wood cutting lodge, we're going to put someone to work in there, and the same with the tree nursery. We're going to put 2 people to work in there. Over in our current wood cutting lodge, we do have 1 person working, so that's just going to have to make do for now. We're currently making coal, which is good, and our tailor's workshop here, they're going to be able to produce activated carbon mass. If we put that into position now, they are starting to make them, which is good. They've got depots and a road link. They are efficient. There's one worker there. Yeah, okay, so we have what, 140% efficiency, which is good. And yeah, that's a decent start. So looking over here, actually, the way that you see it is when you hover over here, the efficiency buff due to resource production in the vicinity is what we're looking at. So that's good. Everything looking pretty strong right now. Good. Right, coal, of course, we are kind of using as much coal as we are producing, so that's not great, but until we get more people able to work in the charcoal kiln, we just have to deal with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause a second because I want to go over to here and we want to stop them using these items here. We just want them to be using the activated carbon mass right now, and that is going to allow me to stockpile stuff. So that is very, very useful. We're going to drop off these 2 items here. I am going to grab the iron tools because if I go over to my expeditions log here, this warehouse over here needed iron tools. So we are going to go to here. We are going to select our vehicle when I find the right tab. There we go. And we're going to bring him over to here. We'll speed up. Once he arrives, we should be able to finish this expedition and just ever so slightly knock things off bit by bit. Unfortunately, we've got toxic rain coming in about 2 minutes, which doesn't bode well for us. It will see the soil radioactivity increase, but there's not a lot we can do about that. We just have to manage that. And that's why I wanted to get things done very, very quickly and get our activated carbon masks starting to be produced early doors. Hopefully, I have enough iron tools to do this because that... Yes, we do. 4 iron tools. That's exactly the amount we needed. Gives us activated carbon masks and scrap so we can end the expedition, pop it all in there, and we are done. That is another 100% expedition done, so we're going to go home and drop off these items, and the toxic rain should be upon us. So what I think I'll do, we will allow them... No, we won't. We're not producing rubber gloves yet, so it's not worth us doing that. We are producing a nice amount of activated carbon masks and coal, and that's going to be enhanced by the number that we're just about to drop off when the Pathfinder eventually reaches its destination. So the radiation levels are starting to rise. You can see here soil radioactivity is at 0% at the moment, but it will rise. We do, however, have 20% worth of radiation protection right now, which is great. We can go back up to here and collect whatever was left in that site. And then if we go to our research, we can start researching some new stuff. Obviously here, until we have coal and clay, we're not going to be able to do anything with the brickworks. So let's build a clay pit. If I go to my industry or mining here, the clay pit can be built on a clay deposit. We'll put it right there. Can it go a little bit further? Oh, yeah, excellent. Right, we'll build that there, right out the back of this mine, and then we can run a road. Ooh, wait a second. No. We'll run a road here. I'd just like things to be a bit more uniform, really, so we can run that road all the way along and it gets us back to the town centre. So that's good. Once our clay pit is built, we will put in a brand new depot of some description right next to it. And it might mean we have to start moving some things around. Now our jetty is maxed out and you can see here we're starting to lose water, so another jetty is definitely going to be necessary. We're going to put this one over here. I've got no space for it there though, actually, because they can't get back around with a road. So what about here? We can go here. I didn't really want it this close to the town, but we'll leave it as it is. That will come in here to there, and we will build a cistern nearby, again boosting the amount of water we can have. Actually, that does 2, so we could demolish this one, and we'll demolish this one as well. We'll just build another cistern right on the corner here, and that is going to keep things the same basically, and it gives us a little bit more of breathing space to continue expanding. Now our clay pit is almost done, or will be once we have people there to man it. We probably need to build another house, which wasn't my plan, but I will accept that it needs to happen. So we're going to do that, and there's a road there that I want to get rid of. So I didn't mean to put that in. There we go. Excellent. Right, so we don't have anyone working there, but we do have people available to work in it. So again, water continues to increase in terms of its production. Research can begin on our clay pit stuff, so we're going to get the clay pit going. They do need a depot nearby, so again, we will build a material depot right next to this. And then we can start building our brickworks. Now our brickworks is very interesting because we are going to need trades and crafts here. The brickworks requires quite a few items. We don't have it researched yet, so that's probably our first step. We need coal for that, and we currently have 9 coal. Have a look over here. We've got a wind turbine there and a decaying iodine mine, but there is also coal in a couple of strategic locations, one of them being quite close to where our access point is. Food at the moment is holding pretty steady. Water is the same. Wood, on the other hand, we're starting to run out of space for our wood. So luckily, where's our forester? You can see, if we have a quick look over here at the tree nursery, they are starting to plant. We do have 2 people working there, and they're pretty efficient at the moment. But obviously, if we educate them, they will become even more efficient. Looking at this wind turbine, we need 25 copper cables and 5 iron tools to repair it. And I wonder if repairing that quite early on would be a very good thing to do. If we have a look at the copper cables, we don't actually have any by the looks of things. But if we do find some out and about, we have 15 actually, so 10 more would do it. Let's have a look at where the Pathfinder is, because it has reached its destination. We are going to loot the wood that was there, and then we can continue on. And this actually could be our first big find of the series. I don't know if you know, but these items here, this little abandoned car service center, will have a vehicle in it. And if we can gain access to the vehicle, we will get ourselves a brand new car, which is very, very useful indeed. So we are going to continue looting as normal though. The control panel here needs power, which you normally get from a generator, and I believe we picked one up in an earlier expedition. Looking at the mattress just gives us a little bit more lore. We also grab a second blowtorch, and we can go around and get this trash container on this side. Then we will take a little look at the control panel. I don't think there's anything else to loot around here. We've looked at the mattress. We've got that trash container now. And we'll go back. We'll just double check on the vehicle. I think it will say that it's way too high up to get to. And then we can also have a look at the control panel, which will probably tell us that it needs a generator hooked up to it. Yes, it does. Right, we'll leave the expedition. We'll put everything in. That's actually 10 iron tools. We'll end the expedition. We also got copper cabling from that. So getting this wind turbine up and running is going to be very, very easy. So let's go back to our settlement. We'll grab the generator that we need, and then we can drop everything off, get ready to repair that wind turbine. And of course, there is a quest to do it, and that will give me some nice rewards. So we'll just close it down a second, because I have a very, very good feeling about this. Let's go back home. We'll exchange these goods, drop these items off, grab a generator, and back out into the wasteland to the abandoned car service station, and we can finally get another vehicle, which will always be useful. What do these guys want? We've got an interesting room and an interesting room. They want a campfire, which will help improve morale in the settlement. So looking right now, we do not have full radiation protection. As you can see, 6% soil radioactivity, which not great, but also not a disaster right now. It's not something that we need to massively concern ourselves with. We can get in now though, and we can use the control panel, hook up the generator, activate the control panel to bring the vehicle down, and then get the vehicle. We unlock our own second vehicle, and we can now leave. And the second vehicle is a mud runner, which is a fast maneuverable vehicle with low capacity. So that's really, really good. Ending the expedition, you can see we now have 2 vehicles, which are both going to go home, but this will improve our exploration capabilities immensely. So heading back to our settlement then, with both of our vehicles, we'll be able to get on with some other stuff. Looking again, we're going to need to go back to our fishery and add another person to work there, just so that our food remains topped up and increasing, and then drop all of this stuff back off. You can see research will be unlocked a little bit further. We've got coal coming in still, but given that, let's have a look at what we need to do this. 25 copper cables, right. It was rubber that we got before, so we don't actually have the copper cabling that is needed by the looks of things. 15 copper cable. Okay, so I guess our next task then is to go back out and explore and see if we can get some copper cable. Let's head over to the ruins in this direction, and we'll be able to get some expeditions underway. In fact, actually, I shouldn't have done that yet. What we need to do is we need to grab any tools that we might need from the settlement first. So, items. We can grab a blowtorch and a generator, and then our Pathfinder will grab a book then that, then that. We've already got a blowtorch, so that shouldn't really be needed right now. Just in case we happen to grab any expeditions on our way round. Looking back at the settlement, you can see everything is okay. It is raining. That might actually clear up some of the soil radioactivity. And if we have a look at our research, we are just shy of having the clay and coal that we need. We've got 19 units of coal. What about clay? How are we looking for that? 7 units of clay. So that's not too bad. We can just let that go for now, and let's do an exploration here. We can grab the scrap, we can grab the wood, and we can grab that. Then we'll have our mud runner just head over here and see if they can loot any extra bits from there. They can't take the plastic, but our pathfinder can. There we go. And then we'll continue on, pulling up to this room here, and we found another new zone, and that's quite a sizable one actually, so that's pretty good. We've got some tools there, wood for this one. There we go. And then moving further on, and you get into a bit of a rhythm of it with the exploration. Actually, it doesn't take that long to kind of get stuck in. And we've got some cloth there that we'll take on, and then over here we've got some more ruins, probably up from here. There we go. Nice, more plastic. And then the mud runner can grab the wood. That fills the mud runner up with wood though, so we're going to need to just distribute things a little bit more evenly here. Let's see what they've got here. Tools, plastic, and I think the mud runner can grab the cloth that's there. Yep. And then we've got one more ruin here, and then a final expedition to finish things off. What can we grab from here? You can't take anything. You can take the scrap, that's fine. And then you will grab these last items there, and then we'll head around here to start our expedition. Cool. Right, what do we need in this house then? We've got quite a few things. We do need, there's a bottom support there, so we are going to need to go and we'll grab whatever's in this transformer box. There we go. And then heading up the ladder to the crate, we'll put a piece of wood on the support there to crawl across. And then we got that shelf there. I think that other shelf is actually inside the house maybe. Yeah, so there it is. Ooh, decontamination kits, very useful. We'll grab that, and then we'll head down the ladder, and we can loot that crate there. I think that might be it. That takes us up to 85%. Is there something we're missing? Yes, the car. And that should be the finish, up to 100%. And again, you can see we're starting to get quite a few research points now, which is also incredibly useful. We're going to end our expedition. Then we will head back home, drop off, and then come back out to collect those last bits from that first site there. That's really useful. And I think, yeah, so we're so close on these tools. We just need the copper cable. Does Rolf have copper cabling for me? He doesn't, no. I mean, he could have. That would have been useful, but never mind. We can't have everything. Let's exchange the goods from here with the settlement. So we're dropping off all of those items there, and then the same here. That's really good. We are actually full of scrap now, and it's been a very, very good couple of days here in the zone. We are at season 6 already. It's time is flying here, but it's not without its challenges. So we do need to get that brickworks researched quickly. We've now got 25 units of coal, and our clay is currently at how many units of clay have we got? 10. So actually we should be able to do our research now. Is that right? 25 units of coal. It doesn't seem to be right because we've just taken one to make an activated charcoal mask. There we go. Right, now that should be on. There we go. We can research that. Excellent. And while we've got the points, we're going to unlock some additional research into economy and society. Society is going to allow us to build a campfire, hopefully. Or have we already got that unlocked? We might actually already have that unlocked. We do. So currently, if we just go over to here, we don't have anything on the bulletin board now, unfortunately. That is a shame because getting a campfire would have been really useful, and having a quest to build a campfire would have been even more useful, but I seem to have let that expire, which is a shame. We have a quick look at our events and warnings. It's just rain there, and mission, the rain continues. Once the rain has gone, I might actually end up getting an extra task from our citizens, so we'll just wait for that to happen before we do anything else. 30 seconds left on that. Has everything been exchanged? We're going to leave those things in the vehicles. The depot is full of scrap, so we can't do anything there. And the rain has hopefully stopped very soon. There we go. Have I now? Yes, a pavilion. So they want a pavilion. Now I don't have the pavilion unlocked, but I should be able to research it. So if we have a look at our research, and the pavilion is here, I can research that once the brickworks is done. So let's agree to do that. We have 20 minutes in which to do it. This research shouldn't take us too long. Once that's done, we'll research the pavilion and build it, because that'll be very, very helpful. We'll just let things speed through. You can see we've got like a nice balance of citizens in here. We've currently got 8 available workers. Right now, I'm not so worried about stuff, but I am going to have 1 person working the jetty, just because that's worrying me, the way that that number keeps fluctuating. So actually, let's put it up to 3 in there. So we've currently got plenty of people working on that. There we go. That knowledge is unlocked, and we will research our pavilion, which we will then build. Now, for now, I'm actually going to build a campfire. They haven't actually requested it, but it's going to help regardless. We'll put the campfire just on the corner here, and then once we get the pavilion researched, we'll build that and be able to complete that mission very soon. It gives us 250 water and a big boost to our confidence, which is currently only at 30%. Although once the campfire is built, their confidence will increase. Health is something that we do need to be aware of. You can see right now the campfire has been built, so the happiness and the confidence will continue to rise, and once that pavilion has been researched and built, it will rise yet again. And that's what it's about keeping people happy. You've got to micromanage all of this sort of stuff as well. You can see our coal production is not great, but now that we have more people working, we can actually put more people to work in the coal house, and over here in the woodcutters, we can actually put more people to work in there to balance all of that out. And I'm going to do the same over here. We've got a woodcutters lodge somewhere here, so we can put another person to work in there, and you can see now looking a bit happier. That is the pavilion research, so we are now going to build the pavilion, which we will put down here. Once that is built, 13 minutes left on the clock, we are going to ace that one, and we will get a nice boost to the confidence of our settlers. That is built, there we go, big boost, taking us up to 40% average confidence of all settlers. And that is where we will end it. So that brings episode 2 of season 2 of Endzone 2, lots of 2s there, to a close. I hope you've enjoyed this one as much as I have making it. I'm starting to get to grips with the game a little bit more now, and it does seem like we've come charging into this again, but I think now might be time to have a quick look at another settlement, see where we can go, and then move forward from there. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you for another episode of Endzone 2. Bye-bye.